Hi, it's Anne from Your Space here. Today we're going to be talking about loneliness. The 15th to 19th of June marks Loneliness Awareness Week. This year's theme is One Less Lonely Voice. So, what is loneliness? One definition is that loneliness is the mismatch between the quality or quantity of social connections we feel we currently have and the ones that we would like to have. Loneliness is a common experience, one we share with most of the people. In fact, we're biologically wired for social contact, so loneliness is simply a signal that we need more of it. You don't have to be on your own to feel lonely. You can feel lonely in a relationship or while spending time with friends or family. This is particularly the case if you don't feel understood or cared for by the people around you. There are many different ways we might experience loneliness. For example, we might feel keenly the absence of a specific person in our lives, or that we lack a wider social network. Loneliness can be experienced on and off, at different times of the week or year, particularly around significant cultural dates. Or we may experience loneliness most of or all of the time. Most of us will experience loneliness at some point in our lives, regardless of age, identity, circumstance or background. 2016 research by the British Red Cross and Co-op found that over 9 million people in the UK, that's almost a fifth of the population, so they're always or often lonely. It's a common misconception that loneliness is limited to older people. In fact, BBC Radio 4's 2018 loneliness experiment showed it's now the 16 to 24-year-old age group that's the loneliest in the UK. There are many causes for loneliness, and each of us will experience it differently. There are, however, key life points which will increase the likelihood of feeling lonely. This includes starting university or a new job, moving away from home, becoming a new parent, going through a relationship breakup, or suffering a bereavement. It's an important step to tell somebody you're feeling lonely. Each of us also need to look at the way that we talk about loneliness. We still use phrases like admitting to and suffering from loneliness, which can unintentionally add to the belief that there's something wrong with us. But as we've seen, loneliness is really common, and there's no shame in feeling lonely. So changing the language around loneliness can be a really positive step forward. If we can find ways to normalise it, we can move forward to a society where loneliness is spoken about openly. The Marmalade Trust have a wide variety of activities that you can engage with to help talk about and reduce loneliness. We'll link to their site in the description below. Here at Your Space, we work with communities in South and East Leeds to put on social groups and activities, and we're continuing to do that throughout the coronavirus pandemic. Feeling connected helps us to improve and maintain our well-being, so check out our Facebook events listings or contact us on the details below to see what we're up to. You can also find great local groups and resources on Mindwell Leeds' website. We'll link to that below as well. So, how can we have better conversations about loneliness? We're all different and we all need varying levels of social contact. So if someone tells you they're lonely, take the time to ask what they need, what they think, and what they'd like to do, rather than rushing in to suggest things. Even with the best of intentions, we can make incorrect assumptions, so it's vital that you listen well. It's also important to distinguish the difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Many people are happy with their own company for much of the time and find real value in this time alone. If you've been feeling lonely for a long time, it can start to affect your mental and physical well-being. If this is the case for you, make an appointment to see your GP to make sure you're getting the right support. So let's talk about loneliness, because every conversation about loneliness means one less lonely voice. To find out more about how you can get involved in Loneliness Awareness Week, head to the Marmalade Trust's website or follow them on social media. We'll post the links in the description below.